All right. Today we're talking with Skyler Cutler, and we have been talking about how he has had to change his thought patterns to overcome the things that he had to deal with as a youth. So, Skyler, tell me about your accomplishments and what you're most proud of.
So if I had to pick one accomplishment, I think honestly it would just be overcoming everything that I have and becoming who I am today and being strong enough and willed enough to realize that I was not a product of my environment. Um, that I truly can do anything that I want to and I can accomplish anything I want to. And so switching from the mindset I had when I was younger where, kind of the poor pity me, this sucks, I'm going to go run rampant and be a troublemaker, to completely flipping the script and having a completely different mission in my life is honestly that's a pretty big accomplishment for me.
Yeah.
And if I had to pick one, I think that would be my biggest accomplishment that I'm proud of.
Awesome. All right. And tell me, we talked a little bit about this in the first half, but tell me a little bit more about what brought you to this point, the change in your life.
So, I mean, there's multiple events that have compounded throughout the years. Like I said, almost went from dropping out of high school. And for that, it was kind of a wake-up call. No GED, I wouldn't really amount to much is kind of how I viewed it, just given the trouble I was getting with. So that was kind of a, wake-up call for me. And I realized I needed to get it together if I was ever going to be anybody like the person that I truly wanted to be. And then in 2017 was probably the biggest eye-opening experience for me. I was rushed in for emergency life-saving surgery. So what started off as just a stomach ache, continually got worse throughout the day. I knew something was wrong, so I went to the doctor. They wouldn't even see me in the clinic. They told me, go to the ER right now. And the whole time, I'm thinking in my head, I really got a really bad stomach ache. Just give me some Pepto-Bismol and I'll be fine, Well, get there and did some MRIs, some x-rays. Come to find out my appendix was 3 times the normal size it was supposed to be because it had become so infected. And the surgeon told me that had it burst, I would have been lucky to see another 24. And hearing those words, 2017, that was 4 years ago. I was 22, 23 at the time. So hearing those words, you're lucky to still be here as that young of a kid was, it was a truly powerful experience for me.
I believe that.
Truly liberating experience. I don't recommend anybody having a brush with death to come to a wake-up call, but for me, it happened and it showed me a lot about myself. And it showed me, I wasn't content with the life I had lived so far, and I wasn't content with where my life was heading. I wasn't content with, all of the BS I was allowing myself to put up with because I thought it was normal. And it truly gave me, that inspiration that I needed to completely make a change and completely pursuing everything that made me happy and everything I was passionate about.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that is an amazing story. Thank you for sharing it with us. So my next question, if you could leave only 3 things for this world, what 3 things would you leave?
Good question. If I had to pick 3, 1, I would leave behind, do what makes you happy. Follow your passions, follow your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you set your mind to it and you work hard for it, you can achieve it. And that kind of ties into number 2 that I would leave behind is that thought is if you truly want something, go out and work for it. Put in the time, learn everything you need to do. Don't get sidetracked from the track. Keep pursuing what you want to do because ultimately that's going to be way more rewarding than just giving in and listening to what everybody else has to say. And number 3, I would say, honestly, just, be there for each other. We're all humans. We're all on this crazy life or this crazy roller coaster called life together. Be there to support one another. They'll be there to support you. Appreciate the little things in life. Appreciate your family, appreciate your friends, appreciate your neighbors, because really in the big picture, it's the little things that make it up. So truly appreciate the little things.
Gotcha. Yeah. And this is such an important message. I love those three things. And number three, today it is so important for us to be together and for us to be friendly and kind and loving to each other, because we have never been so divided. All right. So, Skyler, where is a good place for us to connect with you?
Best place would be on my Facebook profile. You can find me there at Skyler Cutler. Really, that's my main online presence.
Okay,
So,
great. And we'll have that in the show notes for you. Now, I do want to recognize you, Skyler. I like the things that you're doing. I'm very, very excited about the things that you've learned and the story that you've decided to change, morph your life into, and how that has created not only a blessing for you, but a blessing for your family and a blessing for others that you probably wouldn't even met had you not changed this story, right? And
right.
so, way to go, buddy. Thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future.